They said he made his own choices. That was true. But I could hear my voice inside every choice that buried him. Black shirts by the doorway, rain sliding off the glass. His mother held a photograph from before the years moved fast. Everybody spoke in whispers, nobody would meet her eyes. The room was full of people, but the truth stood by his side. I remembered when he followed, barely old enough to know how a wounded man looks powerful when he never lets it show. I taught him never hesitate, taught him fear could earn a name, taught him mercy makes you vulnerable and anger keeps you safe. He watched the way I carried it, then copied every scar. I thought I gave him armor, I was pointing toward the dark. Now the flowers covered silence, and the silence had a voice. The casket knew my language, the casket knew my choice. The casket knew my voice, every lesson, every rule. Every time I called it wisdom while I trained another wound. Cold room, closed eyes, rain against the glass. I could blame the whole environment, but I was in his past. The casket knew my voice, though it never spoke a word. Everything I taught him living was the last thing that he heard. They said he wanted brotherhood, somebody who would stand, somebody who could teach him how to finally be a man. I knew the hunger in him, because the hunger once was mine. But instead of showing daylight, I taught darkness how to shine. I gave him language for revenge, a posture for the fear. Told him loyalty meant proving he would always disappear. Not disappear from people, disappear from who he was, till the code became his heartbeat and destruction felt like love. The enemy loves mentors when the mentor has not healed. He can turn a man's influence into weapons for the field. No horns inside the funeral, no shadow crossed the floor, just consequences standing where a child had stood before. I did not pull every trigger, I did not make every choice, but I helped the darkness sound like his own voice. The casket knew my voice, every lesson, every rule. Every time I called it wisdom while I trained another wound. Cold room, closed eyes, rain against the glass. I could blame the whole environment, but I was in his past. The casket knew my voice, though it never spoke a word. Everything I taught him living was the last thing that he heard. I can name every reason, every pressure, every street, every empty refrigerator, every siren, every week, every father who was missing, every mother overworked, every promise from the system that was broken in the dirt. All of that was real, but it did not make me clean. Pain can explain the entrance, it cannot excuse what I teach. That hit harder than the thunder, that cut deeper than the blame. I had spent my whole life saying I was shaped but never changed. Now a younger face was absent and his mother held the proof that the cycle needs a teacher and the teacher can be you. I could feel the heart resisting, building arguments like walls, but the truth kept walking through them like it knew where they would fall. I said the streets recruited him, but who taught him the salute? I said the code demanded it, but who told him it was truth? I said he chose the road, he did, but I stood at the beginning and made darkness look like proof. Then his mother touched the casket and she whispered, Jesus please. Not a speech for everybody, just a prayer beneath her grief. I wanted to reject it like I rejected every knock, but the name entered the room and something shifted in the lock. Not freedom, not surrender, not forgiveness all at once, just a crushing recognition I had never faced enough. If Jesus saw that younger man before the damage in the name, could he still see something in me under everything I trained? I looked down at my hands like they belonged to someone else. For the first time I did not ask how to protect myself. I asked what kind of man keeps spreading what destroyed him, then calls it being loyal when the grave is what employed him. The casket knew my voice, every lesson, every rule. Every time I called it wisdom while I trained another wound. Cold room, closed eyes, rained against the glass. I could blame the whole environment, but I was in his past. The casket knew my voice, and the truth cut through the noise. I could not raise him from the grave, but I could change the next boy's choice. I did not pray, not yet. But when his mother said Jesus, I stopped fighting the sound. And for the first time, the guilt did not make me harder. It made me listen.